to make sure that everyone can hear. Hamad, are you able to hear me? Okay, great.
Yes, I am.
Excellent, thank you. So good afternoon, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to the Bridge Program's Demo Day. My name is Anas Zainuddin, and I'm the Executive Director of Krypto Labs. And we are all gathered here today to celebrate the exceptional individuals and determined teams whose solutions hold the potential to impact thousands, if not millions, of people across the globe. We're delighted to present the shortlisted teams who have showcased truly astounding potential during the 4-month program. We believe that these startups will also bring into fruition a remarkable transformation and positive disruption within their industries, from solutions willing to revolutionize the education sector, to new marketplaces in food and travel markets, to location-based solutions. The Bridge Startup Program incubated startups will have the ability to truly nurture the local and international innovation ecosystems. And as the UAE continuously embarks on a new countrywide transformation to a knowledge-based economy, these startups will act as accelerators in their own right towards enhancing the competitiveness of their industries and contributing to the national growth. Essentially, entrepreneurial minds are the backbones of economies, and the emergence of new ideas has paved the way for the 4th industrial revolution. And this is catalyzed by the efforts of pioneering individuals and teams who charge through challenges to create an impact on a local and global scale. And the UAE aims to lead the innovation movement in the region and reignite the potential of Emiratis and Arab, which is consistent with the values and the vision of the father of the nation, the late Sheikh Zayed, rahimahullah. And we're also here today because of the valuable and the successful partnership with Sandooq Al Watan. Sandooq Al Watan has partnered with us in evaluating the startups for potential investment, in addition to helping its deal flow through the fund's various initiatives and its extended network. We foresee a more remarkable endeavor for the nation in the coming years as the public and the private sectors work hand in hand to achieve our wise leadership's vision and collaborate towards strengthening the UAE's global leadership in the innovation sector. At Krypto Labs, we continuously hold initiatives with the aim to accelerate and encourage the emergence of exceptional talents and groundbreaking ideas, which, when equipped with the right formula of guidance, mentorship, and support, can transform into large-scale products and services that carry the potential to reform the way that we live. And the presence of every individual here today reflects the UAE's commitment to fostering new ideas. Today, we witness growth, we witness innovation, and we witness transformation. Before introducing our first speaker, I'd like to introduce today's agenda, if we can show it there on the screen. First, we will have the honor to welcome His Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Fikri, the Director General of Sandooq Al Watan, our strategic partner for the Bridge Program. After His Excellency's intervention, we will start with the startup pitches, and we will finalize today's demo day with the closing remarks. If you have any questions in relation to the startups, we will share with you the emails of the startups so that you can contact them directly. And also, I would like to let you know that a recorded version of this webinar will be available. So now I'd like to welcome His Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Fikri. The mic is all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Anas. And hello, assalamu alaikum, and welcome everyone to the pitch day of the Krypto Labs, the Bridge Program. We at Sandooq Al Watan, first of all, are very happy and pleased to be part of this fruitful collaboration with Krypto Labs and to be part of, supporting you in your startup journey. Very exciting journey, towards commercializing your ideas and turning them into successful and, accelerated growth type of startups. This year has been an exceptional year for all of us around the world. And I think it has been an even more exceptional year for you as founders and as entrepreneurs. We believe in the entrepreneurial spirit in Sandooq Al Watan, and we believe that the true entrepreneur always sees value and sees opportunity wherever he is. And this is something that is extremely evident in your participation in this program at such times, thinking about the solutions you can bring to the world and how you can pivot, those solutions to better meet and the demands of the current marketplace. And Sandooq Al Watan, obviously this is a community initiative that was led and started and still continues to be led by businessmen and by the private companies in the private sector here in the UAE. It's an endowment, donated to and contributed to by those businessmen and private companies with the aim of supporting and capacity building the human capital here in the UAE. We believe in the true value of human capital and the true value of every single person in the country, and how we can together, build a more sustainable future for all of us, not only in the UAE, but in the whole world. Following the footsteps, obviously, of the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may he rest in peace, and following the directions of our leadership in the UAE. As I mentioned, as Sandooq Al Watan, our main interest in supporting human capital, and we do so in multiple ways. One of which, as a very important pillar, is supporting startups, tech startups specifically, and entrepreneurs to commercialize their startups, helping them and supporting them in the very early stages. So this is an area that we're very interested in. We have, very incredible partnerships with Krypto Labs, with Shara', with Start AD, and also we helped found the Khalifa Innovation Center at Khalifa University. So we're very well embedded in the ecosystem. We like to always look at the new startups coming around, and we like to look at the rising stars who would need additional support and to help them and support them in their journey. So I'm very excited to be amongst you here today. It's a privilege and an honor. And I'm always excited to hear new pitches. It always makes me think that no matter how you think, there's nothing more to be added to the market. Every solution has been thought of. I'm always amazed by the creativity and the innovation that a lot of you bring to the table on a daily basis, and how incredible your journeys, inshallah, will be in the future. So with that, I don't want to take too much of your time, because I really want to, look forward to hearing all of the pitches and to starting this event with you, and to be amongst you, and to be, inshallah, part of your journey, not just today and not just for the past 4 months, but for the rest of the years. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anas, and thank you all.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and another thank you again to Sandooq Al Watan for all of the collaborative initiatives. It was a very, very important, strategic partnership with Sandooq Al Watan that actually manifested in a very successful program. All of the support in terms of the networking and the outreach, and the both the direct and indirect support towards the program. And this is the reason why we have the 7 out of 16 shortlisted startups presenting here today. You've played a pivotal role in developing the local innovation ecosystem in Abu Dhabi and in the UAE. So we commend you for all your initiatives, and we look forward to working more with you, with your team, with the startups, and then with more future entrepreneurs, inshallah, to join these future sessions as well. So
it's our duty and pleasure.
Thank you. Great pleasure. Likewise. Next, we would like to introduce the startups. So how it's going to work is we're going to have all 7 startups present consecutively. There will be no breaks in between. The startups have a maximum of 10 minutes. So please do not exceed the time frame. You will be given a 2-minute reminder before that, but we strongly suggest that you try to finish and wrap up everything well before the 10-minute time frame. The first presenter will be Mr. Ahmad Abu Bakr, who is the founder of Kandu's Studio. So the floor is all yours, Ahmad.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Abu Bakr, and today I'll show you the future of education. But first, let me introduce our startup. We are Kandu Studio. We are a startup based in that was established in 2017, and since then we have developed more than 25 VR experiences with more than 15 satisfied clients, and we created some tools to help people create their own VR projects. that was used in more than 400 projects. But you might be asking yourself, why a startup focused solely in VR is doing something in education? And it all started when one of my relatives asked me a question. He was having troubles focusing on online videos and online tutorials and wanted some tips and tricks in order to focus more. I prepared the usual talk about being disciplined and having the passion for what you are studying and focusing on the goal and all of this. But the issue is, I realized he's not alone. I'm facing the same issue as he. I have been in the market for more than 11 years. And to date, whenever something new happens and I have to watch videos explaining it, I struggle to focus for more than 20 minutes, if I even reach 20 minutes. For me, it's even easier to read a book than it is to watch a video explaining everything that should be in the book anyway. So I started probing. I started asking my students, since I also work as a teacher. I started asking online, and everyone was struggling with the same issue. Everyone was facing issues when it comes to focusing on online materials and online videos. And this is where Kiddox came in. But first, let me tell you why they are struggling. Mainly, when they are watching online videos, it's a one-way street. The teacher is talking, and that's it. The student is not interacting with the teacher. The student is not saying, it's not going back and forth between the teacher and the student. Another thing is, there is a lot of distractions. While a student is on his PC or on his laptop, his device, he have all the distractions in front of him. He can just open another tab. Me personally, I have at least 25 tabs open at all times, and I get distracted a lot. This might work in most scenarios, but not while you are learning, because learning requires your full and undivided attention. Another issue that is in online materials is that people cannot work together. You'll find that most of the time I am alone, sitting in front of the TV, in front of the computer monitor, just watching someone talk for an hour or two, and I'm not interacting with anyone else. I'm not interacting with my peers even, which will make it a little bit more tiresome. Also, the classrooms is not just about, it's not just about learning, it's about socializing as well. There is a classroom dynamic that cannot be mimicked in an online format. Like, I want to impress the teacher, I want to impress my peers, I want to prove to someone that I'm better than him, I'm trying to socialize with others and make friends. All of this cannot be done in a video format where you're just watching it alone. And finally, because of the COVID situation, currently there is no other options. You cannot do anything else. You have to study online. How our platform solves this? Well, first thing, we utilize VR, and we have interactions between the students and the teacher. For example, as you can see here, this is one of our founders, Ahmed. Say hello to everyone, Ahmed. And Ahmed is currently in class with me. And I can talk to him, I can talk to you, I can interact with him, he can interact with his peers. All of this is done through the platform in a VR format where I can see his own avatar, which he creates in our platform. Second thing, since it's in VR, I can't get distracted. If someone is walking in front of me now, he will not distract me. I'm totally isolated from everything. And finally, because as I told you, there is interaction between the students and the teacher and everyone, and it's going back and forth, this will make it that people can socialize and they can work together. Me as a teacher can give an activity to someone, to some of the students where they can sit together and solve something and discuss something. And finally, it's online, so there is no risk of contracting a virus or anything. So this is a demo of one of the classes we ran in Kiddox. As you can see, every student has his own avatar, and the teacher has his own avatar as well, and he can do what I'm doing now. We're just going through the slides. Now, what about the market opportunity here? The estimated e-learning market by 2026 is going to be around 375 billion USD. And currently, there is 2.5 million VR headsets like the one I'm wearing here sold in the market. And the investment in VR startups has been 4.1 billion USD. in 2019 alone. Now for our competition, on the far left here, you will find that we have platforms like edX, like LinkedIn Learning, like Coursera, and they all utilize the video format where it's just one-way street. And on the right here is things that utilize more of an interactive format. Here is things like Classroom. You'll find things like Minecraft, which is a game that is currently being used for education as well as AltSpace VR, which is a social network used for education. We are on the right side where everything is interactive and everything is convenient. As for our revenue stream, currently our plan is to have direct enrollment through our website where students can just go and enroll in a course. We also have what we call the Can-Do Center, which we run in UAE at first, where people can register for a course and we will send them a VR headset to do the course in, and after the course, they will be returning it. Also will be have partnership with schools and training centers. And we currently in a talk to have a partnership in a training center in Egypt. And finally, enterprise training and corporate training where we teach not education-based thing, but we simulate VR experiences. As for our finance, we are expecting to get around 600 USD by the fourth year. For our team, first of all, there is me, Ahmed Abu Bakr. I have been designing VR experiences and have been leading teams that design VR experiences for a while now. And I've also been designing educational materials and have been teaching for 7 years. Ahmed Mustafa, he worked hand in hand with many clients to take their idea to the next level. He is the one waving here, to the next level. And convince them that VR is the way to go. And Ahmed Magid, who has developed multiple e-commerce and architecture visualization platform over the years. Currently, we have been testing our application. We have been conducting some beta testing, and we have been adding features and validating them. And we expect to be launching our product by the end of this year. But we will also be launching a teacher program where teachers can do their classes without being involved with us and giving us a fee over every class running. And we'll be launching an SDK that will enable teachers to customize their classrooms to their liking. Our current bid is that we need around 180,000 USD. Most of it is going to the platform development so that we can get the platform to a better state, a scalable state that can manage more than what we currently manage as the number of classes. Some of it will be going to the hardware we'll be providing for the teachers, as well as content creation and marketing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, and we wish you all the best, best of luck. Next presenting will be Mr. Hatem Daif, who is the founder of Notebook.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone. My name is Hatem Daif. I'm the inventor and founder of Notebook. My job is to make people love mathematics. And today, I'm about to show you a whole new learning experience. So what is the problem? The problem is in documents that are supposed to be representing tree-structured data, like textbooks and PowerPoint presentations. They represent chapters, sections, subsections, topics, and subtopics. But they do so as a sequence of pages or slides. And the problem with this representation is that it does not emphasize the underlying tree structure of the data. As a result, we're missing a lot. We're reducing chances of meaningful learning, better understanding of complex topics, engaging with the content, and more. So how do you achieve this? Research says use mind mapping. Let me show you a mind map that I used with my students last semester. Overall, the students liked it a lot more than PowerPoint. But the problem with mind maps is that as they get bigger and bigger, they become a bit messy and harder to understand and navigate. Furthermore, mind mapping software usually is not equipped with a sophisticated word processor that I need for adding different types of content. I had to create many Word documents and attach them everywhere in the map, as you can see here. That was a bit tedious. Let's look at another solution. PresiNext has a zooming interface that allows you to zoom into topics and subtopics forever. At any point of time, there is only one slide in the middle of the screen for describing a topic, while subtopics are in the form of children laid around it as thumbnails. The problem with PresiNext is that there is not much you can add into one slide. What if I wanted to describe a topic in a bit more detail? So, did we find a solution? Yes, indeed. Let's watch the demo.
What's a notebook? Is it just another mind map editor? Let's have a look. Consider this tree structured data. It can be organized in a website with a left panel tree, like this. But it can also be represented with a notebook, where you can navigate its topics by zooming in and zooming out. Let us see another example. If you open this file with a notebook, could you guess how it will look like and how to access its content? You probably guessed it right. Notebook will make it easier for you to get the overall picture of a book, and you will get to the topic you want faster. Compare this with flipping through pages or scrolling through words and sentences. Here is another view of a notebook. If you are a teacher, you can organize your own course materials and make them easily accessible on mobile phones for your students. Wouldn't you agree that it makes learning more understandable and enjoyable? Maybe you want to organize your to-do list with a notebook, or your favorite collection of videos. Whether you are a student or a teacher, an author or a reader, a project manager, or just an individual, Notebook has something for you.
As you saw in the demo, the document now consists of nodes representing topics and subtopics, laid out in the form of a tree. Then there is a zooming interface for a quick and easy navigation between the nodes. And finally, there is a good editing capabilities for properly describing each node the way I want. Let's look at the competition. Editors for traditional documents like PowerPoint, Word, and PDF. They are best for describing large documents with rich content like images, videos, equations, and they are easy to use. Mind mapping software, however, is best in describing tree-structured data, and many of them are also easy to use. PresiNext is also good in describing tree-structured data, but the main advantage it has is the zooming interface. Notebook, on the other hand, combines the best of all these worlds. We believe Notebook is different than any other tool, especially when used for education. If the contents are carefully designed, it will reduce the pain and increase the pleasure of learning. The zooming interface will allow the learner to smoothly navigate through topics and reflect upon the relations and connections for improved understanding and memory. About 70% of my students said that Notebook makes learning more understandable, enjoyable, and engaging when compared with mind mapping software. More than 80% of the teachers who saw Notebook, they loved it. And those who actually used it said it's a great tool for organizing content, and it accommodates the differences among students. From the feedback I'm getting so far, I strongly believe it will change education. This is how people are going to learn in the future. Here's what's done so far. I started by developing an initial user interface, more like a proof of concept. Then I filed a number of patent applications. Then with the help of my technical co-founder, we developed a web app that I piloted with my class of 30 students last semester, and other teachers used it as well. We started getting feedback, and we're currently using this feedback to develop Model 2, which is more like a real product. We're planning to use this real product in the fall with selected teachers and students to get a deeper experience feedback. Once this is done, we can develop applications for PC, tablets, and phones with a focus on user experience. And then we can start looking at other customer segments and address their needs. As a new tool for authoring and presenting content, Notebook would naturally have many users, like ebooks, authors, and readers, or users of mind mapping software in general, like project managers, entrepreneurs, and students, just to name a few. One of the interesting applications that I think would be a good fit for the Notebook is to build encyclopedias. Furthermore, the navigation technology of Notebook can be used to create menus for TVs and mobile phones, or even to explore files and operating systems. And there's many more. Our initial business model is freemium, where the basic free plan should be practical enough to attract as many teachers as possible for the benefit of students. But there will be other features desirable, like unlimited number of notebooks or large storage limit. And these are distributed in the premium and enterprise plans. Let's look at the market size for the segment of teachers for now. There's about 100 million teachers worldwide. About 1% of them are in the Gulf region. We estimated about 20% of the teachers create their own course materials and class notes, usually using PowerPoint. That's about 200,000. So if you could attract 20% of these to use a notebook by the end of second year, that would be about 40,000 users. Most of these teachers did not pay for PowerPoint, and most probably they are not going to pay for notebook either. Yet we estimated to make revenues of about 500,000 dirhams by the end of second year from the premium and enterprise users, which may or may not be teachers, by the way. Furthermore, we expect to break even by the end of year 3 through expanding to schools and other institutions. We are seeking 1 million dirhams, mostly to be spent on employees, especially research and development, user experience, and marketing. The next big portion would be for marketing and office, marketing expenses. And then there's a small portion for patents and trademark, servers, and legal. About the team, I have a PhD in computer engineering, and I have 2 patents granted, one US and one Canadian, which are not related to the notebook. Currently, I'm the chair of the math department in my university. And in the past, I worked as a senior researcher and a design engineer in Egypt and US. My technical co-founder is Lean Technology Systems with about 16 employees and over 50 projects completed. They are represented by Malik Zubaydi, the CEO of the company, who was one of my brilliant students in the university. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hatem, for presenting. And next, I'd like to introduce for presentation, Ms. Indira Hinman, who is the founder of FAFU. Indira, the floor is all yours, please.
Thank you. Hatem, can you please stop sharing? Thank you. Hello, my name is Indira. I'm 38 years old and earn a decent income that allows me to explore the world. I love to travel solo or with my mother, and most recently with my teenage nieces and nephews. Safety, flexibility, and comfort are the top 3 criteria for all my travels. Therefore, I always book a local driver guide. It allows me to go off the beaten path and discover hidden gems safely at my own pace while not worrying about how I will move from one place to another. Sounds like a perfect travel experience, doesn't it? It is. Not so much the planning stage of it. As an independent traveler, finding a local driver guide who speaks my spoken languages starts with looking for recommendations on TripAdvisor, contacting freelance driver guides by email or WhatsApp, or sending numerous emails to tour operators just to get 1 or 2 quotations maximum and making a booking without even knowing who my driver guide will be and how safe and professional he is. And all that at an extravagant cost that does not conform with the poor planning and booking experience. It bothered me so much that one day while on my travels in Egypt, I decided to find a solution. And this is how the idea for Fafu was born. Fafu is a marketplace where independent travelers can book freelance driver guides in 3 easy steps. First, they can create their trip and itinerary. They can compare among available driver guides and choose a preferred freelance driver guide at a competitive price. And lastly, book instantly and in real time. Allow me to show you how easy it is. Accessible, easy, quick. The travel activities market consists of 4 major products: attractions, tours, transfers, and shows and events, and is a $171 billion market. Fafu focuses on tours and transfers, which make up 63% of the travel activities market and totals over $100 billion. 10% of travel activities are booked through online marketplaces, and 10% of that are bookings for private tours. Fafu aims to capture 15% of that market, totaling $150 million. What will be our first step to get there? Our beachhead is GCC nationals traveling internationally, including the Middle Eastern destinations, Egypt and Turkey, and totals roughly 4.5 million trips annually. 80% book a private driver, aiming to capture 15% of the market and charging on average $45 commission per booking. Fafu will generate $24 million revenue. Despite the large number of direct and indirect competitors, ranging from startups like Own Rides and travel drivers focusing on driver guides only, to online marketplaces such as Clog, Get Your Guide, where you can book different travel activities, to tour operators and travel agencies, to transfer companies such as Daytrip and Black Lane, to ride-hailing companies such as Careem, Uber, and Grab. Our product is different because independent travelers don't need to wait for a quotation, get the chance to choose between a flexible and fixed itinerary. They can choose their driver guide based on the profile rating and price and make an instant and real-time booking. By connecting travelers with freelance driver guides, Fafoo can offer a competitive price, avoiding high commission charges to tour operators and travel agencies. And for our beachhead, we offer Arabic-speaking driver guides. We will be charging 20% commission on total transaction fee and gradually expand our product range to hotels, attractions, and shows and events. Being an only founder, the beginnings of Fafoo have been dependent on endless conversations, discussions, and guidance from mentors and friends who have helped me to reach this moment today to pitch in front of you. A big credit goes to my advisor, Ibrahim Amin. Ibrahim visited 45 countries and is a finance operations director, Middle East and Africa at a multinational company. And now my story. My travel journey started in 1991. A 10-year-old kid on a Lufthansa flight to her new home in Germany. It was a magical experience and a defining moment for my career direction. I did my studies in tourism management and worked in the hospitality and travel industries in Germany, Greece, the UAE, and UK. In 2011, I embarked on another defining flight, this time with Etihad to Abu Dhabi, to become a teacher of travel and tourism in higher education. In my most recent role as a curriculum development specialist, I have developed vocational tourism qualifications for the UAE, approved by the National Qualifications Authority. Start your magical journey with us and invest in Fafoo. Our ask is $165,000 US. This money will be invested in web app development, marketing, human resources, and commercial license, insurance, and legal fees. In our first year, we aim to achieve building our product to 60 countries. Start pre-selling, hire a CTO, launch our website and app, partner up to expand our customer base, and then I will be standing in front of you again to raise more funds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Indira, and all the best to you, inshallah. Next presenter, we have Mr. Mustafa Al-Hashmi, who is the founder of Smart Navigation Systems. So, Mr. Mustafa, تفضل.
Thank you very much. My name is Mustafa Al-Hashmi. I am the founder and the CEO of Smart Navigation. We are specialized in indoor location solutions. We enhance the experience of the visitors visiting the big building inside, like the shopping malls and exhibitions. We every day enjoy outdoor location solutions. We use Google Maps as a must-to-have and enjoy functions. But when we get inside big building like the shopping mall, we lack this kind of location-based services. And the reason is because indoor, we don't have the GPS, we don't have the maps, we don't have the applications. That's why we find a very difficulty in wayfinding, receiving messages. So we have the solution, which is InNav. InNav is a platform that consists of a control panel with mobile app, integrates with different type of hardware according to the use cases that covers the retail, the shopping, the hospitals for the health care, and for the government for the safety and emergency response, providing different functions. This is the video for the use cases.
How many visitors inside the hospital get confused and face difficulties in finding their way? Airports became larger due to the increasing number of flights around the world. How many visitors at shopping malls do not buy what they want because they don't find it? Going to an exhibition center is like going to a maze. How would visitors meet friends or find their kids in such a large place? Is it easy to find their way back to the car? Venue owners can use new technology to attract new visitors. Smart navigation system and indoor location solutions will solve these problems for venue and shop owners. It provides an intelligent indoor voice guidance navigation system that helps visitors easily identify and reach indoor attraction by using their smartphones. It also helps venue owners to track visitors' behavior and produce analytical report to understand their customers better by using the heat map feature that shows all the hot spots in the venue. Smart navigation system has been innovated and designed in the United Arab Emirates. Available on Google Play and App Store.
Nav has a control panel that allows the venue owner to upload the floor plan and manage the content of the floor plan. A full module, a mapping module that allows the venue owner to create the floors, the units, the spaces, even the products inside the spaces. And this is a video explaining the function of voice guidance.
Turn to the left after 7 meters.
So the shopping, there are many use cases. This is one of the examples, the most important use cases in the shopping mall. So our solution is providing value to the customer, to the shop owner, and to the mall owner. As the indoor location solution provides the wayfinding, the location-aware messaging, and this video explains this use case for the shopping mall.
InNav is the innovative mobile app powered by smart navigation systems that gives your customers the ability to locate places, products, and people inside your venue. Your customers can search by category to find exactly what they're looking for, or simply click Search to see a comprehensive list of facilities and products. The map feature allows individuals to see a detailed layout of the building. Your customers will receive voice-guided directions and proximity push notifications, allowing you to attract more visitors and increase sales. Users will be able to quickly find their friends inside the venue or keep a close watch on the location of their children. You'll have full access to detailed analytics, giving you valuable insight into visitor behavior. Visit smartnavigation.ae today to get started.
So the platform doesn't only provide the positioning in real time, but there is a wonderful opportunity to get the presence detection and the proximity. So it provides wonderful opportunity to understand the tracking of the people for different use cases, even looking at, for example, sometimes when the people exceed the allowed capacity limit in spaces. So it's easy to use, quick to deploy, and needed everywhere. We can easily boom like Zoom, as this solution is easy, cost-effective, deployable, and the principle is using the mobile app functionality, receives the signal of the beacon in space, uses as a gateway to the server, and then the spaces are configured according to the transmission power of the beacon, and this provides the location information. So there are a lot of benefits based on the indoor positioning of the presence solution, improving the building evacuation during emergencies, attendance tracking, you manage the restricted area and monitor, you have better insight, you monitor your KPIs, happiness index of the customers inside. So the location-based solution, indoor location solution today, yes, the last few years ago, it was 2.67 billion. It's going to be expected to be 43 billion. It's very fast growing. The market size here in UAE, there are around 64 malls, and in the Gulf, more than 100, and globally, there are thousands. And why we are unique? Because we all have an innovative idea like geocoding items inside places like product or sensors for the safety condition. We have this, you can find your friend, your solution, your child, we have the know-how. Our story is we developed those products in 2016, 2017. In 2018 and 19, we implemented this solution all over the world, different use cases, to have it market fit to different use cases in Masdar city, in different universities, in some of the shopping malls, in some of the hospitals. So now we are very ready having our indoor platform very well fine-tuned. So now in 2020, we created the value. Now we'll deliver the value, we'll give the marketing, the sales, the implementation. And recently, due to our maturity and readiness, we've been recognized by Hub 71 incentive program and the UAE Space Agency. Our revenue stream is mainly consisting of the subscription fee that we take from the venue owners and shop owners and space owners. They pay as they use. We will charge 29 dirhams per space. So we are expecting to get 10,000 spaces by the end of 2020. That will generate $79,000 monthly subscription income per revenue per month. The 3 years forecast of the cost and sales and benefit provides 50 million by Q3 of 2023. We have a wonderful team led by me. I have more than quarter of century in location based, but we are very well equipped with Ahmed Al Hashmi in IT experience. We have the rest of the team are experienced in the indoor locations and mapping. Why smart navigation? Because we can easily build up a successful partnership in the ecosystem. And we are asking for $165,000 from our partners, where we will spend it into the development of customizing the existing ready platform for the different use cases. We will use it for the marketing and sales, and we will also have some part of it into the implementation and operation expenses and support. And so we will invite you to join us to improve the level of indoor location solution and value and add value to our community and to our country and to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mustafa. All the best to you and your team. And then next we have Nancy Murad, who will be presenting. She's the founder of Cluely. Nancy, it's all yours.
Can I please ask Mustafa to stop sharing? Thanks. Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Nancy Murad and I'm the founder of Cluely, the point-based motivation system for lifelong learners. 4.5 billion. This is the number of articles that was estimated that has been read around the world last month. And you can find a similar number for podcasts, for online courses, for webinars, and for lectures. Lifelong learning has become one of the most established skills and essentials of our time. For those of us who are doing it, we are doing it to ensure we know this world better, we know ourselves better, and we are ensuring that we do it to remain employable in a world where technology has taken over the workplace, and really the added value of humans has become around their emotional intelligence and the innovation they bring to the table. So that is the great news. But the bad news is that while we have evolved in terms of content, access to content and consumption of that content at an exponential pace online, what hasn't evolved equally and fast enough is our ability to track that learning that is happening online. So today we have a big problem, and that problem lies in our inability to know who is really a lifelong learner. So I'll give you an example of two people today who have graduated from the same university, who have the same degree, but one person is an avid reader who has knowledge in their mind because of reading articles and books that can probably solve the world's biggest problems, and the other person hasn't opened an article since the day they graduated. On paper, both still look the same. What this is leading to is a big problem in our world, because on one end, we are allowing the non-learners to get away with it because of that black box element. And on the other end, we are failing to identify, leverage, and reward people who have knowledge and who are avid learners. It all started with me a few years ago, several years ago, when I came back in this region after finishing my studies and doing my interviews one after another. As an avid reader, I realized that I was not able to explain to the person in front of me that I had knowledge much more beyond my degrees in topics that are beyond the degrees that I had. It was a big frustration, but at the same time, it was a big revelation that allowed me to realize that actually there's a problem. And unless we solve that transparency, we are not going to be able to scale lifelong learning. I went around to understand if the problem was mine or other people. And what I realized is that almost every person I spoke to wanted their knowledge that is being gained today online to somehow be leveraged and rewarded. So I embarked on the journey to build Cluely. What is Cluely exactly? Cluely is a mass-scale lifelong learning point-based system that tracks your learnings online seamlessly and validates them and gives you a lifetime identity and profile that you can carry around with you for those learnings. And not just that, it also rewards you through social exposure, through economic benefits, and even allows you to make money because of your lifelong learning. So how does Cluely work? The experience starts with the learner consuming the content, and that content is can be inside of Cluely or outside of it, and having access to the technology of Cluely that seamlessly validates the learning of the user and churns out that data in terms of points and in terms of topics through our AI and proprietary algorithm that we built. All that data gets shipped, and this is where really the experience starts within the app of Cluely, where people and myself as a user, I can see what other people in my network are doing, particularly when it comes to their daily learning activity. I can also track my personal learnings in a self-analytics way to understand if I'm on track and I'm doing the learnings that I want to. The tracking also happens, and the aggregation really happens in the profile of the user. And probably one of the most disruptive ways we see Cluely is doing is that it's creating this new personal brand and identity, where in one view, I can see what a person reads on average, what topics they know about, and the sources they learn from. So we can know with Cluely whether someone reads from BuzzFeed or from the New York Times and all the other topics that they know about on a daily basis. Cluely also allows you to explore who are the intellectuals in your city, around the world, and even in your company and within your friends, and allows you to interact with them, creating new social connections that today we didn't know about before Cluely. On top of the quantitative element, there is also the qualitative element. So the aggregate is not just in numbers, but going to a person's profile on Cluely allows you to see all the content pieces that they have read over a lifetime, and also their recommendations in terms of content for you as a visitor. The best part of Cluely, and where we see the virality element really to go, is the ability on a weekly basis to export the analytics of your learnings. And this is where we see really the disruption. While you do not have to wait for Cluely to grow as a network, from the first week of joining Cluely, you can start sharing those to your platform of preference, be it LinkedIn or WhatsApp or any other platform, where for the first time you are able to feature the content you know about outside of your degrees. And also within a month or two of joining, if it happens you're going for a job application, you can export your lifetime analytics and paste it on your resume in one view. Together creating an idea that educated doesn't mean anymore degreed, it actually means Cluely. It means a sort of clueliness to be well-rounded in our world. And one last feature that we have is that we're allowing also people to make money on Cluely by ensuring that as lifelong learners who qualify with the stream, they can start providing consultancy and group broadcasts that they are paid for. So the vision of a world with Cluely that we are building is one where people start because of the exposure and start because they want to know a little bit more how they're doing on the learning side. But as we build it, we create an identity where people follow each other on and start being more keen because of the transparency, whether they care about their social image or their professional image, and together creating more people keen to actually do the lifelong learning. Think of it a little bit as your Instagram today, where you go to an event or you travel because you know you will be posting those pictures, but a bit more on the intellectual side. So what have we achieved till today? Cluely technology, the tracking and the validation mechanism has been built over the last 3 years, and a team was put together to do that. The app was released, and I invite you to try it already in the App Store. And if you are on Android, you can join our waiting list. A lot of learnings happened from that beta release, whether on the analytics or interviewing with people. And we feel very confident moving forward on the iterations of the product before going mass scale and further launching as a company. Competition, we're really playing in a green field, but parallel competitors that are doing something around content could be joining, whether direct publishers or content aggregators or new joiners. We have surrounded ourselves with strong barriers to entry, being the way we thought of the seamless tracking and the proprietary technology, and of course, the first mover advantage. So the faster we move, the better for us. Not to forget, of course, the vision and the passion to move forward with this company. The business model, the way we look to make money is in 2 ways: leveraging Cluely as a platform and Cluely as a software and a technology, be it on a platform side, direct to consumer, so charging customers on that, and as well charging companies as an employee benefit. On the technology side, the money generation happens by licensing our software to other third-party entities that care to create that reading and motivation within their own organizations. From a market size perspective, we're looking at 150 million users, really a green space there. And if we just look at the 3 streams that we mentioned on the previous page, few of them, collectively, it's a large market size, whether taken top down or bottom up, with a chance of creation on the self-improvement of a whole new field that didn't exist and will exist in the next 15 years. So best case scenario for Cluely is the one we're working for, the Resume 2.0. And the worst case scenario, even if people didn't adopt, we end up being a corporate lifelong learning platform. The next steps for Cluely 2021 is to ensure we continue the development of the iterations of the product and launch by year end to start revenue generation in 2022. Behind Cluely is myself, Nancy Murad. I have been living in the region for several years now, working with the corporate world, and I have lived in 6 cities around the world. Fulbright scholar myself, double master's holder, currently patenting our invention with the USPTO, and have worked in the digital health space, the gamification and insurance technology. By my side is Jad Aizarani on the technology, himself a serial entrepreneur, and not only technology on the technology side, but he's also a strong strategic advisor as well. And we have an amazing a team of advisors without whom I don't think we would have been here today. The ask is $290K distributed for the next 2 years over product, team, marketing and product distribution, and admin. If you believe Cluely should see light within a very short time, please join us on this mission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nancy, for the presentation, and all the best to you. Next presenter we have is Nesma Zaghou, who is the founder of GrowCart. So Nesma, it's all yours, please.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, everyone. My name is Nisma Zau. I'm co-founder of GrowCart. Today, I would like to introduce Muhammad to you. Muhammad is a grocery keeper who is still ordering all his grocery supplies manually, either by writing down all needed items in a small paper, then he go himself to the wholesaler market, or to call or WhatsApp the wholesaler. Usually, some of requested items are not available at one wholesaler, so he starts contacting another one or two wholesalers until he can find what he needs. Otherwise, he has to wait until supplier salesmen come to visit him. Moreover, Muhammad has no system for his purchases. He only depends on his memory or on any old invoices to compare prices, as he has no price reference. That's why there are different products are out of stock and even others not available at his grocery, which affect negatively on his revenue and the customer satisfaction. On the other side, if we looked to the supplier's daily business during a situation like COVID-19, we noticed that there is a big room for improvement, mainly regarding order collection process. You remember what happened during this pandemic? A lot of lockdowns, limitations, and less staffed field visits to customers, and even some huge manufacturers stopped the distribution to certain channels. Moreover, order delivery schedule is not matching with the real need of retailers by the exact items and sufficient quantities, as usually it depends mainly on salesman target or van sales driver judgment and item availability. This leads to the fact that a lot of suppliers' great items are out of stock for several times and even not enlisted in many retailers. For the smaller suppliers, the situation is worse, as a lot of them have financial issues because of high labor costs with low sales achievements, so supplier profitability is really affected. Now GrowCart solved both retailer and supplier problems through one online platform, which enables retailers to buy directly from suppliers, which saves time, money, and effort for purchasers and distributors, with accessibility to more than 30,000 items in the market. GrowCart is going to revolutionize the wholesale grocery market by tackling all Muhammad's problems. Through one platform, retailers can easily search and buy their needs directly from suppliers with best wholesale prices anytime, anywhere, just with few clicks. For the last 2 months, 50 retailers have signed up, and we succeeded to make partnership with market leader suppliers to include more than 50 brands on GrowCart, and more is coming. We offer our partners a very professional dashboard so they can manage their stocks, inventory, and fulfill their orders easily. All of this through GrowCart MVP. By the way, it's quite a few of Muhammad are there. In fact, there are more than 7,000 groceries and supermarkets all over UAE, which accounts for $2.3 billion, estimated of average annual purchases. GrowCart objective is to focus on 10% of groceries, with expected annual revenue of $34 million within 5 years. After UAE, we are going to penetrate the rest of GCC because market dynamics are similar. So groceries have exactly the same problems and no one else is solving it like here in UAE in a way that customers like. As we can see, we have competition. There are wholesalers which have variety, but they do not offer automation. And then we have some players that offer automation, but their variety is very low. GrowCart is the only one that doing this both. So we are in the top right corner. In GrowCart, we understand there is more. So we offer an easy way for straight ordering from suppliers with visual e-catalogs and best wholesale prices, in addition to keeping the same payment terms. Our customers can track their orders easily and get exclusive offers. How we make money? We take 4% commission on each transaction from suppliers. You know what we did so far? We launched our MVP since 2 months. We succeeded to sign partnership agreements with 4 suppliers. We have more than 50 brands and more than 1,000 products on GrowCart platform. We are currently serving 30 groceries in Dubai, and we witnessed consistent week-over-week growth in number of orders with 90% retention rate so far. We are two capable founders with more than 22 years of experience in sales, marketing, and business development. All what we've done so far came from our passion toward the retail industry. That's why we started focusing on this business with persistence, resilience, and grit. We were smart enough to understand when a plan doesn't work. Then we pivoted our business where we found another problem to solve and did everything by the book. Before we built anything, we validated the demand a little bit. Then we got few of those grocery stores to sign up in our demo app. Then we built the smallest possible MVP with one supplier. And then we went live to market and started making money. Now we have reached a point which has proved that GrowCart is solving a real problem. We are raising $250,000. We plan to spend them to make the current website better, to take it to the next level, to build a mobile app, expand our team, increase our reach, and acquire new customers. Our target is to generate $8 million revenue over 2 years. Our milestones plan is to reach 700 retailers within 18 months all over UAE with more than 20,000 products on board. Thank you for listening to us. Join us and let's revolutionize the wholesale grocery market in this region. GrowCart, wholesale made simple.
Thank you very much, Nasma, for your presentation and all the best with that. Our last but not least, we have Shamsa Al-Mazroui, who is the founder of Fiji, and she will be presenting the last and final presentation of the program today. So Shamsa, please.
All right. So hey everyone, this is Shamsa Al-Mazroui, the co-founder of Future Edutainment Games Innovators that develops educational games for kids to have fun while learning. So recently we analyzed...
Shamsa, we can't hear you. Can you raise your voice, please?
Oh, okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Much better. If you can raise your voice, it will be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So recently we analyzed 400 parents' feedback in UAE about the usage of education system smart tools, and these are the most common problems they encountered. The majority of parents complained about the load of work and the too much assignments. The second most important issue was the follow-up with kids, as they cannot accomplish their missions themselves alone. And the least percentage of complaints went for the issue of focusing, where the kids cannot focus, they feel bored and moving too much during study time. As a solution to the stated problems, we developed an engaging platform which provides engaging game mechanics integrated with the latest technology trends, and it's a motivating platform where kids are rewarded with the physical rewards. Also, it's a following up tool when it allows the kids, their parents, and teachers to follow up with their learning progress. The platform will be implemented by Fiji, which is an educational game development startup that targets grade 1 to 12 students and focusing on enhancing their learning performance by integrating the school's curricula in a gamified platform, which will allow them engage with their everyday lessons, test their information, track their learning performance, and follow up with their teachers through the grades tracking system. This is a demo of our first game, Zeitland. Okay. So our target market is the GCC. We will start with UAE as a pilot. In the first couple of years, and based on our validation and market research, we will be able to attract 160,000 UAE students. In the first year of operation, we will secure 68,000 grade 1 students out of the 160,000 using the following milestone. Shortly in the first year, we will reach one school to perform a pilot testing with 30 students in the first half of the semester and 10 students in the second half in order to track their performance and game performance too. As there are 45 lessons in the subject, we will develop 22 levels for the first 22 lessons along 1 year. In the second year, we will be scaling our operations to at least 2 schools with 4,000 students and parents in the same city. And the other 22 levels of the game will be developed. Yeah, and the other 22 levels of the game will be developed too. We expect that ADEC and the Ministry of Education integrate the application in their platforms. So in the third year, we expect the game to be distributed among all the schools in UAE to reach 68,000 grade 1 students. Also in the same year, which is the third year, a new game will be developed for 65,000 grade 2 students that will be reached out in the next fourth and fifth year. During 5 years, as we will reach the 160,000 students and using the displayed revenue streams platforms, we will be achieving the expected 26 million dirhams. As you can see, each platform has a percentage of usage, and based on the percentage, we will get the number of users who will be interacting with our provided services. We conducted competition analysis for our primary competitors, and we found that we are the first to market in gamifying UAE school curricula lessons using platforms that embed the new, engaging, and enjoyable technology trends with physical rewarding system where players are rewarded with real-world rewards. The game also displays learning content about the rewards providers for the students to stay connected to other organizations in the country. Until now, we partnered with the first rewarding system provider, Al Zoo, which provides tickets as rewards to the winning players through the game. The business concept was validated among more than 400 parents through interviews and workshops. We recently started raising revenue as a company, and also we conducted a pilot for our first game in Al-Dhafra school among 200 students, which provided us with the same data, which provided us with data that allowed us to modify and fine-tune our MVP and have our final product. In addition, we participated with our idea in many competitions, and we won all of them with different ranks. And we won the feedback of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed after getting the first place in Mohammed bin Zayed Majlis for Future Generation Seed competition. When he encouraged us to continue working on our innovative idea. Fiji is a combination of a talented, dedicated team with focus on enhancing the education system. It included me, Shams Al-Mazroui. I'm a software engineer with 7 years of experience in game development and 3 years experience in project management. Then Nafla Ad-Dilai, my partner, she's a software engineer too and game developer. She is working since 6 years in the education field as a teacher. In addition to that, we have an amazing group of employees that are working with us days and nights to make this successful story, including one financial, Noura Majid, 2 graphic designers, the character and the background designers, Marina and Nicolita, and 2 developers who are updated to the new technology trends. We have Francisco and Hussein. Over the last couple of years and months, we managed to secure a high caliber advisory panel that are supporting us in generating more tractions, penetrating the market, and partnering with the right partners. So based on our financial forecast and analysis, we are asking for $130 that will be used to cover the operations, marketing, and HR expenses. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shamsa, for your presentation, and all the best with that. And so this concludes the Bridge Startup Program's demo day, and brings us a great honor to have you all attend this demo day. Before finishing the session, I'd like to again thank Sandooq Al Watan for the unconditional support throughout the program, and for this very important and strategic partnerships that will certainly open doors for other future initiatives between other entities as well. I wish to also thank the startups for all of the brilliant presentations that were presented here today, and then all of their hard work and efforts throughout these the last few months. We were hoping to have this continue physically, but of course, due to the COVID situation, we had to do it pretty much. I think we started with the first month physical sessions, and then the last 3 months have all been online, have been done virtually. So still a great success, and thank you all for that. We encourage you all to keep progressing and continue to proceed and receive all of the necessary support that is based on the resources out there. We encourage the other startups that did not make it to the 7 finalists to also not give up on your dreams, to continue and pursue. Sometimes you have to do these things multiple times, and you have to go through multiple rounds. So don't give up just because you didn't make the shortlist. You may have something that will definitely grow very big one day. So there's also no better time to engage innovation than now, with all of the resources that are out there from the venture capital world, all of the mentors, all of the advisors, a lot of the government initiatives and programs, especially in the UAE. Probably the best place in the entire MENA region right now to be creating or working on a startup is the UAE, because of all of the level of support that you have from the government side, from the business side, from the VCs, from the advisor side. So it's the perfect and ripe time to be able to do that. So definitely continue with that. In the end, everything that gets done, everything that gets established, that gets initiated by the startups will definitely impact the local future economy. It will inherently all contribute to the, further creating a knowledge economy, and, creating more progress in terms of local economic development. So you're all pioneers in your initiatives. And we see the diversity of the various presentations that we saw and the various ideas and backgrounds. So this is excellent, and we encourage you all to keep progressing and pursuing those initiatives. I'd also like to thank Mohammed Shaheen, who was the program manager. He was basically the designer and the executioner of this very unique hybrid program. There's a lot of incubation and acceleration programs out there, but this one is very particular because it actually bridges the gap between incubation and between acceleration. So all of the content that the startups went through was all developed in-house, led by Mohammed and the Krypto Labs team. And we hope to continue and create more similar programs and make these a success. So thank you, Mohammed. And I'd also like to thank the trainers and all the mentors that supported throughout this program from the very beginning. With the startups, I'd like to thank Zahir Nasser, Natalie Spree, Shiraz Ansari, Adnan Dawood, Wael Salem, Karim Dakki, Kitaki Sharma, Roberto Crossi, Rihab Mansour, Awad Makkawi, Khalid Al-Jabri, Loredana Mati, Khalifa Laksonen, Katharina Ballut, Muhammad Khawaja, Gozde Demir, and Jose Francisco Fernandez Serna. And anyone else whom I didn't mention, I would like to thank you all, everyone who has supported, who has advised, who has mentored to make this program a success. And it doesn't end here. Inshallah, we will continue to provide whatever tactical support we can to the startups. And if there is anything that we can do from my side or my team's side, we're definitely more than happy and willing to help progress this forward and make sure that we maintain the momentum and keep it going forward. So thank you all very much. It brings me great pleasure to conclude today's successful demo day. Thank you for attending and for bringing us a step closer to positioning the UAE as a global leader in innovation. So thank you all very much. Wassalamu alaikum.